Mississippi man who burned cross to intimidate black neighbors pleads guilty to hate crime. Somehow, I don't think the homeowners association were as concerned with having a few black neighbors as they were with having the symbol of Christian faith smoldering in the middle of their community. Or the plummet in property value that comes along with it. Literally carrying a torch for an ideal that's obsolete and dying, a Mississippi man pleaded guilty to a federal hate crime after he burned a cross in his front yard to intimidate his black neighbors. How many people do you think were waiting to see if he'd set himself on fire first before they called the cops? Idiot. And you're out of the Christmas club. Axel Cox, 24, of Gulfport, admitted that on December 3rd, 2020, he gathered supplies from his home, made them into a wooden cross, and propped it up in his yard so his neighbors could see it. The Justice Department said in a news release Friday, if he had that much time and ingenuity, why didn't he just build a fence? How am I supposed to know it's meant to offend me if it's burning in your yard? He then doused the cross with motor oil and set it on fire. Cross burning was used in the Jim Crow era by the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacist groups as a form of racial intimidation of black people. And at just 24, you know that old-ass line of thinking came from his father and grandfather, who probably lost more than their fair share of girlfriends to a few Mandingo stallions. Cox admitted that he burned the cross because of the victim's race and because they were occupying a home next to his, the release stated. He also admitted to using threatening and racially derogatory remarks toward the family, prosecutors said, but only from a distance, because if he got too close, they would probably beat his ass. The neighbors are only identified by their initials in the court documents. A grand jury indicted Cox in September. His attorney did not immediately return a request for comment on Saturday. What is his attorney really going to say that's going to make him look any better? Burning a cross invokes the long and painful history, particularly in Mississippi, of intimidation and impending physical violence against black people, said Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division. The Department of Justice will continue to prosecute those who use racially motivated violence to drive people away from their homes or communities. Cox faces a maximum of 10 years in prison at his sentencing on March 9th. A Mississippi prison where I'm positive there will be more than a few black people who would just love to hear all about his philosophies.